Hello and welcome to Understanding Astrology and Psychology Bridge series. In these series of videos, we are going to uncover the hidden layers between understanding the 9 Enneagrams in the Enneagram system of psychological evaluation, which has got 9 basic archetypes, bridging with the 27 Nakshatras in the 12 zodiac signs of Vedic astrology. And we shall also borrow in from the 16 Myers-Briggs type indicators of personality into the 27 nakshatras in 12 zodiac signs. So we'll basically bring in the Enneagrams as well as MBTI models into the 27 nakshatras. So there'll be basically 27 videos of each. This is the introduction part of every video. And how we are going to cover that is by taking a standard format. This is for Ashwini Nakshatra, for example, where we are going to discuss the talents, abilities, ambition, and fulfillment in career first. Then we are going to do some SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to each from a personality perspective. Then we are going to have some keywords which is discussing the different career possibilities for such nakshatras, especially if it's the Lord of the D1 or the D10. Best working relationships it has with other nakshatras, for example, this one has with Kritika, Rohini and Vrikshira. And then we are going to bring in the Enneagram model types, 3 of them, which are closely matching with Ashwini kind of themes which we have discussed here. And later on, we'll also bring in the MBTI, again 3 types, which closely match with Ashwini. So now you can take this as a personality test. If you don't know what your MBTI type is or Enneagram type is, I have covered it in a detailed playlist on this channel in a separate playlist, which gives the description and Excel sheet with the free download link of each and every Excel sheet. And you can find out what your Enneagram type is. You can find out what your MBTI type is and then come to this one. Okay. The rules are basically the same. To begin with, you can start with these 4 basic sets of rules. How do I start? If I have my Vedic astrology chart in front of me, the natal, the Navamsha, the D10, how do I start? Always first see the ascendant nakshatra, be it natal, D9 or D10. That's the first starting point. For empty houses, if your 10th house is empty or your first house is empty, see the cusp of that house and what nakshatra that falls in. That would be also a good start because we are seeing it from a nakshatra point of view here. Yes? Number 3, for intimate relationships, marriage, see 7th house, 5th house, natal as well as D9 and the nakshatras thereof or the planets sitting thereof. Okay. For career talents, see nakshatra of the Lord of the 1st and 10th house in both natal, Navamsha and D10. Compare and contrast. Natal is how you were born. Navamsha is how you turn out as personality later in life, post 32 or 36 years of age. And D10 is what talents, how you will be using the nakshatra talents in your career, in your business, in your job. Right? So this being the basic set of rules and introduction, let's get started. The 16th nakshatra of Vishakha. Now we are going away from Libra to Scorpio. So it starts from 20 degrees of Libra and going into 3 degrees 20 minutes of Scorpio, the beginnings of Scorpio, moving away from Libra. So right away, I wanted to start thinking in terms of going from a liberal mindset into a very tight grip of Scorpio in transformation. Now, first of all, this nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter. The second one, we started from Punarvasu, and now we come to Vishakha. The last one will be Purva Bhadrapada, which we shall see later. So what are the general themes of a Jupiter nakshatra? Well, the karmic path is you have held a lot of knowledge in the previous life to yourself. I know this, but I will not share it with others. That's Jupiter's negative karma playing in this nakshatras very strongly, the Jupiterian nakshatras. So your job in this lifetime is to become that light, it is to become that way forward for people It's to be passionate about what you want to go out there and achieve and teach and become the advisor of. Incomplete stuff left. You have to share knowledge with others by becoming the light yourself. So it's a tough on nakshatra. Okay. That's the first. And what's the life lesson of Vishakha? If you remember, both opposites are needed to bring mutually beneficial goals to fruition. Vishakha is also characterized by the branches of a tree. Two people meeting together who have nothing in common, but they have a common goal. That's the goal of Vishakha. That's what it wants to achieve. Now let's go through these general talents, abilities, the SWOT analysis, the keywords for career, working relationships, and then go on to Enneagrams. Okay, talents first. The talents are leadership, determination, and passion. Abilities include they are good at leading, influencing, and achieving goals. Target achievement is Vishakha, moving towards the target. Ambition is to lead, to achieve recognition, and to make a difference. Very powerful nakshatra by itself. Fulfillment in career comes from leadership roles, activism, and entrepreneurship. This is the last half of Libra, so start thinking in Libra terms as well. This is the leadership part of Libra, you might say. Entrepreneurship part of Libra. The strengths of Vishakha include they are determined, they are passionate, and they are influential. Weaknesses, they might be very stubborn. They might have too much of intensity and dominance. Opportunities, they will get leadership positions. They are dominant in activist kind of roles and entrepreneurial ventures. Threats include conflicts from stubbornness, because they have that weakness, challenges from intensity and dominance. Okay. Keywords for career include they can become good motivational speaker, life coach, personal development, public speaking career, Libra there, coaching profession, Libra into Scorpio. They are also good at having a scientific career, becoming a research professional, an academic career, a scientist and a researcher. So digging deep into stuff, figures there. They can have a legal career. They can become a lawyer because they are into going for causes. Lawyer, legal advisor, law profession, legal consultant. All these are dominant through the Libra themes. Once again, we saw that in Swati also, because we are still in Libra, most dominantly. Only the last pada is in Scorpio. So we are talking still Libra, so therefore legal careers. Best working relationships with Swati enhances balance and fairness in leadership roles, can enhance the diplomacy, because this nakshatra has more determination than Swati. Anuradha Nakshatra in Scorpio provides loyalty and depth in activist and leadership roles. Mula Nakshatra, which falls in Sagittarius, complements the exploration and transformation in entrepreneurial ventures or endeavors. That's the base of Vishakha. Now we shall go and see which Enneagram type of these three and which MBTI types can closely match the functional attributes of Vishakha and what it desires to achieve. We want to achieve what the nakshatra wants to achieve. Then only we are in flow, so to speak. Yeah. And so we will tie in that. And so wherever Enneagram type and MBTI type match your Vishakha Nakshatra and more planets in there in D1 or D10 chart, as the Lord of the D10 chart ascendant or the 10th house, etc., etc., you take that profession as your dominant inclination. So let's see that now. So the first Enneagram type we are looking at is type 8, the challenger. The key traits there being self-confident, decisive, willful, and confrontational. See, there is a power of Agni and Indra in this nakshatra. So it's a very powerful, deterministic type of nakshatra here. Okay, the energy we are talking about is one who's determined to get to the target at all costs and taking all sorts of help to get there. Quite determined. The motivation is asserting control, resisting weakness, and ensuring self-reliance. All are the characteristics of this nakshatra. Moving against people, therefore, the career I would suggest is taking legal career, all kinds of legal advisorship, lawyer, legal profession, law profession, legal consultant, etc. Scientific career, research professional, academic career, scientist, researcher may also be the keywords. I'm not sure we covered the keywords of this particular nakshatra, so let's quickly do it. They can be good motivational speakers, life coach, personal development, public speaking career, and coaching profession. No, I think we did cover it, but never mind. So challenger type people can be good in scientific research kind of careers because it has less to do with people and then to do with things. More to do with things, less to do with people. So in a general sense, moving against people, take careers which are not people oriented. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Next type of Enneagram would be Enneagram number 5, the investigator. Once again, this can be scientific, research professional kind of careers. Because the key traits here being they are perceptive, innovative, secretive, and isolated. All are the characteristic of a research scientist isolated in a laboratory somewhere, isn't it? Basic desires to be capable and competent. Motivation is gaining knowledge, understanding the environment, and conserving energy. Once again, the type is moving away from people. Therefore, careers in scientific career, research professional, academia, university professors and research as well, scientists, researchers of all kinds. So if you're a type 5 Enneagram and with Vishakha dominant in your astrology chart, you might go in for these kinds of careers. Last one on our Enneagram list is type 3, the achiever. What are their key traits? Adaptive, excelling, driven, and image conscious. Motivation is achieving success, being admired, avoiding failure, center of intelligence, heart, and moving towards people. So this makes them good motivational speakers because they are driven and image conscious and moving towards people, which closely aligns with being a motivational speaker, a life coach, a personal development coach, an executive coach perhaps, a business coach perhaps, a public speaking career perhaps, okay? Because all of them align with this Enneagram type 3. Looking at the MBTI types, the first one we have on the list is ENTJ. So what does ENTJ provide us? They are the commander, bold, imaginative, strong-willed leaders, always finding a way or making one. Once again, I can see coaches because they will also be moving towards people, typically charismatic, confident, efficient, and strategic. Business coaches comes to mind. ENTJs are goal-oriented and organized. They work-wise excel in leadership and management roles. There you are. Enjoying challenges and strategic planning. Common field include business, law, politics. Like I said, business coaches. Law is also there here, so it can be more in legal career, which is listed over here as well. Okay. So that's for ENTJ. The next one is INTJ. Now the INTJs are the architects, imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything, the planners. Independent, which is more like Libra anyway. Decisive, skeptical, and private. They're highly organized, that's the key word there. Work-wise, they thrive in roles that require strategic planning, problem solving, and independent work. Common fields include science, engineering, and strategic management. For these, there will be the scientific career as well because they are analyst category. Scientific career, research professionals, scientists, academia, any kind of that line of profession, they can excel at because they are analysts with highly strategic organization capability built in them. So science researchers would be mainly it. Not so much the motivational speaker or legal career. Okay. Next and the last one, ESTJ is the one, the executive. Now ESTJs, the executive description being excellent administrators, unsurpassed at managing things or people. So they have both kind of capability here, things or people. Characteristics, efficient, outgoing, organized, and systematic. Work-wise, they excel in leadership and management roles that require organization and decision making. Once again, I see business coaches here. Business coaches, executive coaches, very strong because they're sentinels. So ESTJ, if you're an ESTJ, also check out the Enneagram tab. Don't miss that. Best combo you will get is doing the Enneagram test, doing the MBTI test, and then comparing the chart. Okay? That's the best result you will get. And trust me, it will be 99% accurate. So these people make good executive coaches, life coaches, business coaches, personal development people because they're organized, unsurpassed at managing things and people. They can set targets as well as they understand people. This is where Vishakha can excel. In the next, we will see after Vishakha. So we're getting into Scorpio. We'll get into the heart of Scorpio, Anuradha Nakshatra. I'll see you then. Take care. Be safe.